A, how much respect do players, like just players who have played this game, like yourself, have for Tom Brady? And also, how do you stop Tom Brady?
There is a lot of respect for Tom Brady and players like him. Anybody that can play this long and still have the success, not, okay, he doesn't move the same and all that kind of stuff, but all the pre-snap reads and the things that he's still able to do, get the ball out, high velocity is pretty cool. How do you stop him? You gotta not. So I was speaking to some people about how they don't want to move the defenses too early. When I played, we had to do a lot of disguising, moving around and all this kind of stuff. And it's kind of backwards. I think you guys were talking about this maybe on one of your shows on the Fan, about the ability to not tip your hand fast enough and try to move on the snap. So make them actually have to make the decision as the play's going and not before the play actually happens.
Okay. And because like how often do we see offenses do that now, Kevin? Where offenses are trying to make you as a defense scramble at the last second. If you do it defensively and in the play, the plays lasted 5-7 seconds long?
Maybe.
Yeah.
And so, okay, to go along with that, then what is the irritation level for the defense when you're winning your battles, you're winning at the line of scrimmage, but the quarterback has such awareness or is so quick to get rid of the ball that you're not necessarily disrupting their flow of offense the way you want?
No, you're hoping that you're going to get lucky with the call, at some point in time where maybe it is a quick throw and the coach has put the player in the right position and maybe knock the ball down, put him in some type of longer position or stop the run. Something of that nature, because they're going to move their guys around. Offense, I'm talking about the little short motions, try to get you to tip your hand, and that is the hardest thing for guys not to move because you got to start communicating, you got to start checking to what's next. So it's a big struggle for defenses to not tip their hand, particularly when Tom is going to make someone move just to try to show your hand.
We got George Teague joining us here, the man who decleated T.O. On the Star, and we've always loved him for that. This team, I think we keep bringing up what would be the offensive identity, and your teams, their identity was, we're going to run over you. We can do that. And yesterday, Isaiah Stanback was saying, hey, we can. That's what they're going to have to do in this season. Probably is be a run first offense. Can that be the identity since this league has changed so much into a passing game? Can the Cowboys create that?
If we lump bubbles, tunnel screens, outside quick throws into the run game, meaning it's a sweep or some of that nature, then yes, because I don't think we're going to be able to. So when you're speaking of that, you're just thinking of maybe running zones, counters, inside the tackle thing with Zeke, or maybe something outside.
Mm-hmm.
We're now even talking about Turpin, with jet sweeps and all that kind of stuff, right? But there's other ways to do it where Dak can still get their receivers involved by getting them the ball quickly too. So quick throws, spot throws, a lot of teams do it. We can adopt that too. And I would call that the run game, where the typical person might just call it, hey, he's throwing the ball a lot, but that's not necessarily the case.
So you include like the stuff that's behind the line of scrimmage, those screenplays. You're like, that can be run game, because we've seen college do that effectively too, where it looks like they're throwing 50 times a game, and you're like, yeah, but they threw about 10 bubble screens today that went for 40 yards apiece.
Yep, and in the office or in the film room, those, we look at those as runs. Still, it's just a faster way to get it outside instead of handing it to someone and having them run an extra 10, 15 yards to get there. Let's just throw it out there real fast. I mean, how many times have you seen that happen with up in Green Bay with Devontae Adams just throwing the ball out there real fast? Tyreek Hill, there's a lot of people that you just go get the ball in CD's hands or Turpin's hands or whoever's hands that we feel like can make one person miss. If you can get 5 or 6 yards off of that, that's a win.
Now, we've been talking a lot about this in the offseason, is level of enthusiasm for the Cowboys. Outside of generally, I'm happy football's back and I hope the Cowboys are awesome. There seems to be a lot of people who are more doubtful or more concerned about the Cowboys going into the season. Do you think that is warranted?
Yeah, so let me tell you, this was kind of funny to me because so my son is 29, JT, and he's sometimes he hates on the Cowboys a lot. And I was talking to him, and I was like, man, why are you hating on the Cowboys all the time? And someone actually pointed out, he's like, Dad, you do realize that he has not experienced any winning stuff from the Cowboys since way back when he was a year old.
Yeah.
And so for, the past 20 years, he don't know the Cowboys as being these dominant things. So, yeah, we haven't been very good over the past few years or many years or not met the expectations that we have as fans. Last year, I thought we were going to be absolutely great, get to the NFC Championship at least. But now with the string of injuries and not enough stuff maybe in free agency, whatever we want to call it, I'm not as confident as I was at the end of last year about this year coming up.
Oh, man. And see, that's where I'm like, all right, now what we got to do then is we go get the old tapes. All right, we go get the old tapes out.
Great.
Watch what the star did for us then, right? And then you show them, hey, look what your dad was doing.
Why the hell
like
haven't we been doing that all along?
We got to do more of that to get everybody excited for this season, man. Absolutely got to do that. I am kind of curious though. This is something Mike brought up the other day, and I'm going to ask Jerry this tomorrow. But I am curious from like your perspective. People don't call guys that have played for Jerry, guys that have played for the Cowboys, never call Jerry out. It seems like they have a good relationship with him, and it seems like it's always been that way. And I'm kind of interested to know like why. What is it that Jerry has kind of built here? And I mean, he built it with you guys as the brand, but what is it that he's built that like he never gets the finger pointed at him by at least players?
So you're the one that sent me that nasty tweet about how come I never call out Jerry.
It was not me, and it was not a burner account, I promise.
You know what? It's Jerry Jones. One thing he does do is outside of the, trying to figure out plays and who the best person is he's very good with us as players and our families. We're always welcome. He goes above and beyond. He opens up his door, resources, anything to try to help us. A lot of times people ask me, man, how are you so involved with the Cowboys? Why are you still doing this? Well, it's because I can actually pick up the phone and call Charlotte Anderson or talk to Shabo or anybody over there, and they just say, hey, man, what do you need? How can we help you? And I'm not Emmett, and I'm not Troy and those guys, but he treats us all the same. So, there's a little bit more sense of loyalty to me, to him, and to his family to want to see the organization well. So, no, I don't want to rag on him. I mean, shoot, if he's right, if he's going to still give me opportunities to go make $5,000 at an appearance or $10,000 at an appearance, why do I want to ruin that just to say that we're not a very good football team?
Yeah.
I ain't doing that, brother. I'm smarter than that.
Appreciate the honesty.
That makes sense.
Great honesty.
I get it.
I really appreciate that one for sure.
Yeah.